Next on Night Watch, as the city looks to collect more property taxes, some city leaders say nonprofits such as churches and universities should pay up as well. Public approval of Governor Bobby Jindal is slipping, and a recent poll shows his out-of-state travel is an issue. In an exclusive one-on-one interview with Eric Paulson, the governor gives his side and weighs in on the planned cuts to higher education. Plus, low testosterone in men can pose major health problems as well as a low quality of life. Medical reporter Meg Ferris talks to doctors about what can be done.
From WWL TV, the spirit of Louisiana, this is Louisiana's news leader. Channel 4's Eyewitness News Night Watch.
Good evening, I'm Dennis Woltering. New Orleans City Council members wrapped up weeks of tough decision-making by approving the city's $480 million 2011 budget yesterday. In the process, some council members stressed it's time for the city to look for ways to bring in more money. And as Scott Satchfield reports, who pays property taxes and how much will be a key focus.
As the city tries to do more with less because of revenue drop-offs, some city leaders are hoping property tax collections can help shore up some budget gaps in the coming years.
The city has long failed to collect both property and sales taxes due, as evidenced by recent news and inspector general reports.
As the city moves from a 7-to-1 assessor system, Eyewitness News political analyst Clancy Dubose believes, at the very least, the process will become more fair.
The problem that a lot of people have with property taxes is that there's not a feeling, A, that everybody who ought to be on the rolls is on the rolls, and secondly, that those that are on the rolls are not assessed uniformly. That problem should solve itself starting in January when Assessor Williams becomes the only assessor in town and he applies one standard citywide.
The change comes at a time when properties across Louisiana must be reassessed to market value, a statewide requirement every 4 years. The city's new sole assessor, Assessor Williams, vows to focus on the task at hand rather than the city's financial situation.
There could be a net effect of where you wind up increasing some assessments in some neighborhoods and the value is going down in other neighborhoods. Now, will that yield additional money to the city? That I don't know. I can't predict that. My job is to determine fair market value of all the properties and try and equitably distribute the tax burden among everybody.
And some city leaders believe that should include nonprofits like churches or universities, for example.
If you're praying or if you are teaching, you are exempt. If you are owning property to make money, you should pay taxes.
Those things ought to be on the rolls paying property taxes because it's unfair competition, whether it's an apartment complex, a retail store, a commercial building, or a snowball stand, or anything else. If it's in the private sector generating a profit, it should be on the books paying taxes.
Williams points out it's already happening in other cities and states.
In Boston, the nonprofits have been paying a pro rata share of the taxes for the basic city services for better than 20 years. So that's a model out there. If the citizens embrace that, that's their right to do so.
Mayor Mitch Landrieu is appointing a commission that will study tax exemptions in the city next year. Meanwhile, the upcoming reassessments will have an impact on the 2012 budget. Assessor Assessor Williams says notices for property tax changes will go out sometime in mid-July. Dennis?
All right, Scott, thanks.